Yo, we're back. And this is basically the most anticlimactic finale to a series ever. So we'll just get into it. We are even skipping the weekly goals we usually do because the only weekly goals are to buy the clock and to cook one recipe, and then we're completely finished. And so yeah, today we're just pretty much chilling. We have a new key gem quest, which is actually just for next year preparation. And then we're going to make more seeds again for next year. We're going to start pulling wine from the kegs and picking the kegs up so we can rearrange stuff. And then we're just going to keep selling as usual. So it's a pretty chill week considering the situation. We only need about $1.23 million to buy the golden clock. And we have a bunch of wine and a bunch of bars to sell. So we're like, there's kind of almost no way to mess this up. The only potential way to mess up at this point is not watching the Queen of Sauce on Sunday, or buying stuff we don't need. If I went and bought the return scepter, I guess I could sabotage myself, but I'm not gonna do that. And if I did, I would just reset. So yeah, we're just chilling. We're good. I think we'll be able to do this 100%, even though I've said numerous times that I don't think we could do it. Oh, this is the Danger in the Deep quest, which we grabbed just to get the extra key gems. I mostly just want key gems to make more of those pressure nozzles to put sprinklers up on the farm so that next summer we can have a really massive starfruit crop. And so I've decided what we're going to do with this file. And basically I'm going to... I see there's pearls in my inventory and I wish I would have kept them. So basically what we're going to do is turn the farm into trying to make $1 billion and make it as efficient as possible. But along the way, we're also going to do some other little goals and kind of break those down into smaller challenges because it's kind of boring to try and just go for $1 billion. It's just going to be a rinse and repeat, making wine kind of situation. So our first challenge is going to be trying to collect every hat. That'll be the first one. We may leave the living hat for another time because it will take so long to get, but we'll get everything else kind of in a weekly series again, but I'll try to keep it to 3 or 4 episodes and not 16. But that's the main reason why I wish I would have kept those pearls, because I believe you need a pearl to make some of the hats in the tailoring recipes. It turns out some of the hats are pretty hard to come by. You either need some pretty weird cooking items to tailor them, or you'll need really good luck with the living hat, or 666 Omni geodes to buy a couple different ones. So that's what we're gonna do. We made a bunch of money. We're only $500,000 off, and we have 5 whole days to do it. We got a bunch more wine to pull, more kegs to pick up, and we're gonna finish up the Danger in the Deep quest today. And after we do that, or before, I don't actually remember, we're going to clean up the quarry a little bit more, and then sell that wine, harvest our greenhouse, and start getting ancient fruits planted basically everywhere. I want to make this farm as easy to keep up as possible. Making billions of dollars takes many years, so I want to get established ancient fruit crops so I can plant, ancient fruit on the 1st of spring every single year, you know what I mean? So we'll do that. But this hat thing is going to throw a little bit of a wrench into our efficiency plan. And I've already made so many mistakes for that hat run. I mean, we'll come across them pretty soon here. But for now, yeah, we're just cruising. Pretty chill days. Like, I'm not really restarting much anymore. I restart once a day after I go and see if my wine is ready first thing in the morning. And if it's not ready first thing, I just restart and I go do whatever else I feel like doing. And then at the end of the day, I just check the wine again. And eventually we'll have it so that wine will always be done on like Tuesday or whatever. And so we'll have a dedicated ancient fruit harvest day, and it will be the same day as our wine day, basically. And that'll kind of make it so it feels a little bit less monotonous, because I don't want to be checking kegs over and over again every single day. And I don't know, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Kegs are like, the best way to make money, so there will be a lot of kegging, but we'll do some other things to make money as well. We're also going to finally like place stone everywhere instead of just like where we could reach. So we'll pick up all these kegs and get stone down in every spot, make it look a little bit nicer, and we'll fully optimize our keg layout. We'll probably end up with somewhere near, I don't know, maybe 1,000 kegs. Probably not too much more than that. And it'll mostly be processing ancient fruit, but at some point we'll transition over to, like starfruit in the summertime and things like that for the first couple of years we're getting established. And then after that we won't deal with starfruit at all anymore. Our wine will be worth a little bit less, but it will be like some nice peace of mind, just like being able to chill. So I try and like, I don't know, even in my like real life, I try to make sure everything requires like minimal upkeep, I guess. And I don't know, it's nice to have like everything always like under some amount of control, and all the uncontrollable things are stuff you can live with or deal with easily, you know what I mean? This this episode will be probably a little bit more rambly, I guess, than my normal ones, just because there's not much else to talk about. I have 2 things I gotta do, and one of them is watch TV and cook some shrimp, and the other one is to go buy a building. So, what more can I say? I guess I could kind of reflect on things I would have done differently, or things that I think went really well. And so I guess I'll do that here, and we'll do that here pretty quickly. I'll get to that. But we're about to go to sleep, so we've got a new day starting. And I'll go over, like, what we're going to do first. And then we'll get into some of my thoughts about the most challenging stuff and, that kind of thing. So we got all our jelly done today, which means we can move all of these jars out of the quarry. And we'll also have enough money to buy the clock. So we'll actually sell directly to Pierre today, so we can have that money in our hands. And then we also shouldn't, but we do, destroy the fish pond. And we also have a big crop on Ginger Island. Put some more sprinklers down and kind of just keep rolling. Yeah, the fish pond, destroying that's a mistake for the hat run purposes, because we need caviar. And so I'm going to have to rebuild that fish pond in like 2 weeks. And, yeah. I guess, like, I'm not going to start the hat run next week, but I'm going to start it, like, in 2 weeks. Or 2 episodes, I guess. But that's it. And that was, how anticlimactic is it to spend $10 million on this tiny little clock that does almost nothing? I mean, it keeps debris from growing. which is whatever. And it probably does something else. I don't know. It probably doesn't. I don't know. You can tell me if you want. You don't have to though. I don't know if I care. I just know it's a lot of money. It's pretty ugly, and I put it in a really bad spot. So yeah, I guess we'll go over like what went well and what went poorly. And when I think back to it, most everything went according to plan. There were things that I wish I'd done better, like expanding my farm earlier and swapping out like iridium sprinklers earlier and getting my Ginger Island farm set up properly. But those are pretty minor things now that we've actually met our goal. It's hard to make a ton of money when you have to deal with all the citizens of the town. Had this been a pure money run, I think we could have easily made, double or triple what we made. But obviously, we wouldn't have been able to achieve perfection if that were the case. I think I covered why I have strawberries. It's because I want to plant a bunch of strawberries in the first of spring. I don't have a good reason for why, but it's just something I want to do. And I guess that's it. We'll probably plant rhubarb if we plant anything in the spring. And yeah, so that's why I have strawberries. What else? What else went wrong? I messed up a wizard quest for ectoplasm one time. That could have been the ending of the run, potentially. But it wasn't. So I don't really have any feelings about it, I guess. It was a mistake that I suppose I wish I wouldn't have made. But all in all, when I think of the major mistakes I made, there just weren't that many of them. There were some things I could have done more efficiently, like my planting and harvesting. I know I could do that more efficiently. I know I can do the actual harvesting of, or not harvesting, but farming of ore with pause buffering. I could get better at that. But I don't really feel like that hurt me too much. I think the main things I would have done differently if I were to restart this whole run and do it again, I would try to make it easier on myself. Here we are at 99%. I would try to make it easier on myself by starting in year 1 and using a mod to get Ken in. Kent, not Ken. To get Kent in and get all the recipes learned. That way the resource costs would be lower, because year 2 everything is so expensive. But that's the only thing I would really change. I would use all the exact same strategies. Maybe I would try a little harder for step manipulation and stuff like that. But that's really all I can think of. I don't know, maybe it's more valuable. Maybe your input is more valuable in this because you probably have a better idea of the mistakes I made or mistakes you think I made. Or what I could have done better. I'm curious to know what you think about that. Even if you think I did a bad job. I don't really care. It doesn't hurt my feelings, you know what I mean? So, if you want to let me know what you think I could have done better or should have done differently, I would be interested to hear. Today is a festival. And it's a festival we're not going to attend because it's a waste of time. So we're just gonna keep expanding our farm out, move more kegs. I think we're gonna finish up all the optimization over at the Quarry. And then we're gonna buy a full stack of deluxe speed grow and a rock candy. But mostly today was spent just laying out paths for how I want the farm to be. And I think this is what I'm gonna do. I'll probably make a little bit of changes. But this is generally going to be what my full layout looks like. And Obviously, I could have done this much more efficiently. I didn't. I just did it like this. And I'm still like not entirely confident of how I'm gonna like... I don't know, it'll take a while, but I'll get it done. Anyway. Our keg, it looks like an absolute disaster right now. Because like there's this huge chunk here. But I promise it will make sense once we're able to clear out all the remaining wine. Which it might not be today. I thought it was gonna be today, but I guess it might not be. And then we're just spreading all the kegs. We're gonna go all the way up to the mines. So essentially we can run like a circuit where we'll go from the quarry minecart and run a circuit up and down across, emptying the wine out. And then we'll end at the mines. And then we can jump on that minecart and go wherever we need to. That way it's like as efficient as it possibly can be. I just stopped my sentence early. As efficient as it possibly can be. And I don't have to like double back because that's always obnoxious. But yeah, I'm just waiting for that one little strip to be finished. And then I'll be able to kind of get this quarry looking nice. We also did need a little bit of starfruit seeds and to chop down some of the trees over at the desert. And we'll get the starfruit seeds tomorrow, I think. But for the time being, we pretty much always want to have like 1,000 starfruit seeds. And we'll need a ton of deluxe speed grow for spring. And then I don't think there's any spring to fall crops. So we'll have to deluxe speed grow in the summertime as well. We'll be able to use a cover crop of parsnips, but we won't be able to use like wheat to cross over the DSG. The only crop that would be a seasonal crossover crop would be ancient fruit, and we just don't have the seeds for that yet. And then we made a little bit of money, nothing crazy. It's mostly just, all the money I have now is for whatever. I don't have to have it. It's not going to be used for anything. I might buy a return scepter. Who knows? Today I am doing a little bit of kind of random planting in the greenhouse and Ginger Island. But then I'm mostly going to be just fiber harvesting so I can get deluxe scarecrows instead of regular scarecrows. And then I'll move the rest of my kegs. I just got the hiccups. I ate like the worst possible food before recording. I ate like, the food's good, but it's bad for recording. It's like English muffin with peanut butter on it and a cup of coffee, which is like a really sugary breakfast, I guess, but more importantly, it's like really like gummy, so it like makes your mouth make noises. So that's been a little bit of a battle. And my neighborhood is kind of noisy today. It's been really, really quiet for, I don't know, like a month. But recently we've had a little bit of extra noise. They're starting road construction again for who knows what. And I also have a new neighbor moving in. So it's just one of those things. It's unavoidable. And the microphone doesn't really pick it up. But I have like these headphones that, for whatever reason, they like amplify sounds outside. I guess so you don't like get hit by a car or something if you're listening to them outside. But it always makes me think that like exterior noises are much louder than they appear. But yeah, I'm just resetting the mines until I get enough fiber. And I'll build a bunch of scarecrows. I think I just need like 3 or 4 for my entire farm. And yeah, I don't know. That's kind of the jam. We're just really like kicking it. We got nothing going on. Like, I guess we could be making a bunch more money and stuff. Or we could be like, yeah, I guess we could just be making a lot of money. We could do radioactive ore farming every day, but it just isn't fun. And now that we know our goal is pretty much impossible to fail, I might as well have fun instead of just resetting stuff. And so that's kind of what I decided to do. And that's what our next in-game week is going to be mostly. It's going to be a lot of like random stuff I decide to do while I talk about like future series that we're going to do. And yeah, I don't know. I'll have a weird video out on Thursday. It won't be this series, it'll be something different. It's going to be like kind of an experiment with a new-ish exploit in the game. It's not new, but it's relatively underutilized. So we'll do that on Thursday. And then, so there's what our quarry is going to look like now. It's a lot more neat. We fit a ton more kegs than we had before. And we have like 400 something now, maybe 500. And it's a very easy, like nice, swooping little pattern. And just, yeah, we're cruising. It's day 27. We got one more day left before we get the recipe and complete all this. Yeah, we're doing nothing, pretty much. I don't even know why I have a little thing there. Because we're just chilling. I don't know if I would do this again. I might do this again with like... Oh, you know what? I guess the Joja route. The Joja route would be if I did it again, because it's easy and it would be a lot more relaxed. Just because if you go the Joja route, it's like the time constraint is no longer existent, right? You basically have all the time in the world because you can get to Ginger Island so early. And I'm not saying it's like super easy necessarily, but comparatively, I think it would be unbelievably easy compared to this. Just because like you don't have to worry about just the weird community center stuff. You don't have to delay until nearly halfway through summer. You can get to Ginger Island by like, what is it, the 14th or 15th of spring, which essentially buys you an extra month of Ginger Island time, potentially an extra month of radioactive ore farming, like tons of stuff. So if I did this again, I would do it year one and Joja and just call it easy mode, I guess. There's harder ways to do this. I could do it with like a 25% profit margin. And I like that kind of stuff. I like punishing like challenges like that here and there, but I don't always like it. Like I feel like I've had enough of like really challenging content for a little while because this run was kind of exhausting, just with all the resets and just that kind of stuff. But eventually I do want to do like, I don't know, the randomizer is kind of fun. Like either a true randomizer or Argon's randomizer would be cool. Paired with like 25% profit margin, paired with harder community center bundles. Probably not like the hunger thing. I don't know. One of my like least favorite thing in games is hunger meters, because they are always like really poorly done in my experience. Like Minecraft's like hunger thing is stupid. It's just like another meter that ticks down that you have to fill up. It doesn't actually have like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like a very complex system. Maybe it is now compared to what I know it as, but I've never played a game where I was like excited to see like, oh, I'm gonna be hungry. Like, great. It's not very fun. That's all. But I don't know, maybe I would. Like, don't starve. Like, I know that's the whole point of the game, but it's also the worst part of the game. It's not that fun to have to, like, cook a chicken sometimes. So, I don't know. Maybe that's just a weird personal preference. But, alright. I mean, here we are. This is our last day, and we're done with this. Here's our last recipe, It's the shrimp cocktail, which is disgusting in real life, in my opinion. So we're going to cook that, and that's it. We're done. We finished our entire perfection run in 1 year. So we're just going to go on with our day like usual and plant some starfruit and then destroy 3 things I shouldn't have destroyed. But that's it. We're done. We did our perfection. We won't truly find out until tomorrow morning, because technically I could have missed something that I know I don't think I could have, because I already checked the computer and it said 99%. Or not the computer, but the little kiosk in Mr. Key's dungeon or whatever. So we're just chilling. There's no way to fail. We've done it. And so I might as well just do normal chores. I did mess up I sold all my animals, which I shouldn't have, because I need their eggs and stuff. And then I destroyed their living quarters, which sucks, because now I have to rebuild those. Or no, I think I just need the barn. Is that accurate? I know I need an ostrich egg and a dinosaur egg, but I can get a dinosaur egg through many different means. But I definitely need an ostrich egg, which you can get through... Well, no, wait, so I don't need a barn. I didn't mess up. This is fine. Everything's fine. I am not in trouble. Because yeah, we'll just get an ostrich egg through... I don't know, the volcano probably? We have to go to the volcano anyway. And also, somebody had mentioned you can use the axe to break spots. I always forget that. I did eventually remember, but thank you for reminding me. And then here's me just selling all my poor animals, which was not a good use of time. I should have just kept them. They don't really do any harm. Like, look how happy my duck is. Now he's just gone. It's kind of rude, But the one thing I do enjoy is when you destroy a building, it does the same animation as when you destroy a crib, and it bursts into flames, which I have no idea why that was the choice that was made. But it definitely cracks me up, because why would this barn explode? Or why would a crib explode? What is Robin or the wizard doing to destroy this? And this stuff's less than a year old. You'd think you could just salvage all the materials. But there we go. Goodbye every animal. So my last stop at the wizard, just to fully destroy everything. I'll probably destroy some of the obelisks at some point. I don't need the mountain obelisk or the beach one. They don't really take up that much room. But at some point, if I really want to be efficient, I'll have to make up the space. But that's it. And because it's technically the end of year 2, going into year 3 because of the 1 year sleep, we got our grandpa evaluation today. And that rumbling sound is how you know you got perfection. So because we got that rumbling sound, we know that the path to the summit is clear. And I guess, if you're this far in, you probably know already, but I guess it's a spoiler for the end of the game. I don't really feel like I have to say that, because it's the whole goal is to finish the game. But if you don't want to see the ending cutscene, I guess don't watch this next part. I won't include the credits, but I am including the last cutscene, I guess. So if you leave now, that's fine. I don't care. Do your thing. If not, I'm just gonna ramble for a little bit longer. I kind of like this last little bit. I actually really like the credits sequence too. And I don't know, it's kind of cool. I wish there was a little bit more to do with the summit, and maybe there'll be something in 1.6 that gives you like a little more to do up here, because it's such an underutilized area. I guess I could put kegs here, but that's not very fun. But this is kind of a cool little spot, despite the fact that it's like really goofy looking. And also like that background you see is the most used like Stardew thumbnail background in the world. Like almost every YouTube video, I swear, is that background. There's little variations here and there. I've used it plenty of times, but it is funny to me how often that thing comes up. And I didn't actually read any of this. She said she was thinking about the last 3 years, which that's so inaccurate, because one, it's only been 1 year. I haven't even known this person for a year. I slept for a year. I met her sometime last year, and I think we got married in like fall. So like, I've known you for 2 months, dude. Don't say 3 years. But I don't know, whatever. It's fine. Unfortunately for her, I suppose, I do have to divorce her to get a hat, which is like, I don't know, maybe not the best. It's maybe not the best reason to get a divorce. But it's what's gonna happen. I have to divorce her and marry Emily so Emily can make me a cool hat. And that's that. On that note, I'm out of here, I guess. I'll see you whenever. I hope you enjoyed the series. I'm sorry it ended kind of boring, but I'm sure you kind of expected it, so I'll see you later.